Was I muted the whole time?
Messed up when I was on
I
mute.
apologize. Welcome. If you were on my YouTube page, I had to take an intermission, but if you were listening before and I was muted the whole time, I apologize. And I was just talking. So I am streaming multiple places right now. I am sharing two things. I'm sharing hair tips, wig tips, natural hair tips, as well as some of my crafting items. And if you want to get anything that I'm talking about, you can check out the TikTok shop. My links are everywhere, y'all. Always I share. And it's not just when I'm live, you guys. It's also going to be in like my playlists and different things like that. I am not a gatekeeper. I'm not selling any of the stuff that I make. So I don't mind telling y'all how I made it. But also, too, for the people, there are people who might want to sell it, right? There might be somebody that is not even knitting or crocheting right now, and they might want to start doing that as a craft, right? There are people that now they do the thing better than I do, even though I might have showed them how to do it or whatever. So it's all good. That's why we do it. That's exactly why we do this right here. My dog is fussing at me, girl. I don't know what you want me to
Come here, Fifi.
do. So anyway, where were we? Um, the yarn is in there, and there's a couple of different ones that I want you to check out. This cute color is gonna be the next thing I'm working with. If you see the beautiful purple items, okay, I might as well show you this too, since I'm gonna put it in a shot. I'll put that down there too. Okay, so this, if you've seen the cute, adorable little purple pieces that I made recently, um, I did that with this yarn. Okay, so I'm gonna put that. If I think I might have forgotten to put it in there with the other stuff. So I'm gonna put that in there as well. And then I'm gonna share with you two little handy little things, or three actually. I forget about the other one because it just sits there. Three little handy little things that like they're no big deal. I even saw a couple of reviews where the people were not very positive about it, but listen, different things work for different people. Something I might find something that might be the greatest thing since sliced bread, but because your lifestyle isn't exactly the same as mine, it's not a necessary solution for you. That's just literally that simple. Same thing with clothes. Oh, did somebody get stepped on? What happened?
Oh, you need to chill out.
Calm down, Brody. Um,
Come here.
I got a whole house full of animals, y'all, and they run around doing all kind of stuff. And one of them is like a bull in a china shop. So the other one is running from, and it's a lot. So I listen. I'm on here today talking to y'all. Show some love. Tap the screen. Come in the room. I know some of y'all like hanging out in the lobby, and it's all good. But because I haven't been on here in a long time, and because y'all I be talking about stuff I ain't supposed to talk about. Tap the screen and show some love, because otherwise I might as well not do this because they'll never let you see me when I come, right? And we are going to be going more behind the scenes. And if you're like, why is she talking about all these products and stuff? Because if I don't, I'm going to get violated and kicked off. I can't come on here and just talk. I have to do some kind of thing, because I literally 2 weeks ago, y'all, I came on here and I was talking about some yarn that I got from somewhere, Hobby Lobby or somewhere. I don't know. I was just making something. I was making stuff, my outfit. I was talking about this yarn. Oh, it was this yarn, I think, whatever. And it was on sale and whatever. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. And I straight got violated for not putting promotion. Now I don't sell my items that I make. You can't buy them. This is just me. I'm making this to to look cute for me. And the yarn that I used, I'm not an affiliate for them or anything. They don't have an affiliate program like that. I mean, well, they do, but it's through another company. And I'm not in it. So I was just talking about it. I was just sharing the beautiful yarn, and I got violated for not flagging my video as marketing. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I can't take too many more of those. So I will be thank you for being my notepad, TikTok. I will be on my game with my affiliate marketing and all that type of stuff because I'm supposed to be doing that anyway, y'all, but I just be forgetting. Okay. So I have reason to do it. So thank you to all of the TikTok shop items. And listen, if it's not something super awesome, then I didn't buy it myself. It was a TikTok sample. So I really appreciate the people who have asked me to promote different things. And I don't appreciate people sending me stuff and ask me to promote it and then I don't have no samples. So it's a big deal when I get them. And all of these are not TikTok samples, but you can see on there if they have a free sample available. And if there's a little red free sample thing, just click the thing and request a sample. All they can do is say no, right? Or yes. And it depending on what your page is about, maybe they will or won't. And sometimes depending on if they might not, you know, y'all know, you know what I'm saying. I don't need to say it. We're not talking about that today. Okay, so here's the other really cool item. And it looks different when it has a whole thingy on there, but this is down to what's left of what I used to of it for that short set, the purple short set that you can see on my page. Um this is so cool, y'all. It's a wristlet. Okay. Just like you going out and you carrying your little wristlet bag around, this got your little yarn on it. And I actually had two spools of yarn because this comes with a smaller one as well, which I imagine if you like sew a lot, then you probably could use it for that too, but I don't. So I combined the two of them together. I spooled them together, and that's what I made the bottom half, the knitted part. The top part is just one. Okay. So this is together and it is very delicate. Okay. But I did make the whole top half of the top with this. And then I spooled the thinner one together with it to make I don't have one. Do I have one handy to show you? I do. Yes, I do. Okay, it's right here. Oh, and that reminds me of the other cool item I have to show you. So this is what it looks like, right? So I spooled these two together for the bottom knitted portion. Y'all, thanks for coming in the room. Hang out if you're a crafty person. We're going to be talking about crafting. But y'all, we're also talking about natural hair. So it's an interesting intersection of people. I know girlies with natural hair and guys, y'all, not just girlies, and non-binary, but people with natural hair who do crafting, textiles, making, artisan type stuff, right? That's who we're talking to today because I guess we're going to cross those two things together. Okay. Oh, I also need to show you my cool little, I have a really cute little beginner's crochet kit that I got too from the TikTok shop, you guys. And it's super cute. Okay. Look, inspirational on the front. My lighting, the sun's going down on the front of my house. So kind of hard to see right now, but it says crochet for a happier you. That's a true statement. There's something to the feeling of the accomplishment that you get, right? When you're finished making something. Okay. When you make your own stuff, clothing, even if it's just a scarf, y'all. Some people are like, oh, I can only make a scarf, but you made a scarf, y'all. When I first started making and I was making scarves, I felt like real good about myself, as should you. So just because you see somebody now making a ball gown doesn't make your scarf any less. It's still the bomb because there's a lot of people who can't even make scarves. Okay. And again, comparison is the stealer of joy. Okay. So let's see, TikTok, did I put it in there already? And you guys, the rest of y'all, again, if you want this stuff, you have to go over here and get it. I mean, and if you don't want to get it from here, that's okay too. It's same. Okay. So I'm just showing you what I'm using. Okay. I just want to make sure that I put it in here. And I got to share with y'all this cute little box too. See, I can't even see all the stuff. Now that I put it in here, I can't see what's in here. So I hope I'm not duplicating anything. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's in there. Okay, so you can see the little crochet kit. But it's a great beginner kit. It has everything in there you need. But these cute, comfy, ergonomic ones, I think that's what you call them, when it's nice for your wrist. It really makes a difference, you guys, if you do crochet a lot, if you have some type of comfort grip. if you're a writer, if you don't crochet, but if you write a lot, you know the difference between having it's like having that comfy thing. And some people do hold their crochet needles like this. I don't. But this part right here can get really uncomfortable, but also like this is it's more comfortable on your hand and your wrist when you're holding something that's a little bit bigger, and it's not just that these right here, which these are good too for other reasons. Okay, so I appreciated having both in here because the super tiny ones, are there. Um, and this one goes up to size 6, which is a pretty good size. Okay, it goes up to size 6, but I do have to show you some other things for how I made the rest of this. Okay, now the one I'm using for this part is size 4. Now I started off way down here with probably like a size 3. But now listen, you can see this is crochet, this is knitted. Okay, here. See how stretchy it is? This is a knit purl stitch right here. Okay, that's how I made my stretchy waistband here. And so this is going to be a dress. It's going to be a really long kind of mermaidy kind of dress, right? Fish scales, you see. And then this is gonna, I think, come up like a little bustier and be like maybe lace up around here. I think, right? That's where it seems like it's shaping up or turning into. That's not what I didn't like design it out and decide to make it like that. That's what it seems like it's turning into. That's why I'm saying that. Okay. But if when I put it on, it don't fit like that, then whatever. I'll go with it. So listen, if you follow me, then you know that I made a super awesome tank style, like goddess crisscross in the back, wrap around with a tassel belt, braided belt. It's fire. I haven't even worn it yet. It's still on a mannequin. Uh, and then I ran out of yarn. And I went and got some more, you guys, and it was on sale. And this is the one I got violated for talking about. I can't sell you this. Okay. You just got to go get your own. Okay. And don't go buy it all up. Because if you go buy it all up and like try to resell it at some outlandish price, I'm not going to buy it from you. I will just make it out of something else. It's not that serious. But I really do love this yarn. This particular color. And I appreciate the fact that they've been carrying it for so long. Because I bought it and it's been sitting in my yarn collection probably for over a year before I even started using it. But when I went back, they had more. And when I went online, they had some too. And I got it on sale this time around. So I was like, I know doggone well I didn't pay that much money for no yarn at the store, but it was on sale. And they have them regularly. As do they online in these shops. Okay. So you can get coupons and free samples for your yarn. And I have a really nice yarn coming soon. I can't wait to get this. So yeah, the cashmeres are more delicate, you guys. So be careful. And don't be jerking on it and all that. And please know that there's a big difference between the cottons and the wools and the cashmeres and the alpaca is what I just got recently, not from here. That's alpaca is what the tank part is. No. The shrug is made out of alpaca. Um, and it's a blend, so whatever. But anyway, these yarns are more delicate than acrylic. So please know that, okay? That's the difference. And people will say they like acrylic better than these other ones, but it's not a liking it better. It's more sturdy and it depends on what you're going to do with it. And it depends on if you have allergies or if you have a sensitivity or if you even just have like for spiritual reasons that you want to use like natural yarns. You have to be careful and look at the labels and stay away from the acrylic ones, okay? Or use it for different reasons, right? Just like clothing. Sometimes I will wear stuff that's quote fashion, but most oftentimes, if you're not, when y'all don't see me, I'm wearing some 100% cotton or some other kind of, basic uh fabric, not blend, right? So fast fashion, slow fashion, whatever, it has its place. Even though y'all, I'm a eco-friendly, environmental, sugar-free, all natural, indigenous, blah 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 blah. Living sugar-free is not about beating other people over the head with whatever it is you do. That's not freedom and that's not liberation. Living sugar free is about being free and being liberated for everybody. That's whatever it means for you is liberation for you, not me telling you what liberation is or me trying to tell you what freedom is for you or anything like that. That's not what living sugar free is. Okay. So, like, just because I go all natural with my hair, it don't mean you got to go all natural with your hair. That's your business. Okay. Just because I don't eat sugar doesn't mean you don't have to eat sugar. That's your business. I have to say this every now and then because when people find out what I do and when they hear my story, they start ostracizing me and bullying me because somehow my existence makes them feel guilty about their choices. And I'm not here to do that. And I stand up for others and other people not doing that. I don't play that. You don't do what you do. Like it's like the South Park episode where the people, because they started driving e- um, electric cars, they were like, oh, and my car, my electric car, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like you just got brand new yesterday and decided to start, driving electric cars. And now you're over here beating other people over the head with it. That's never, ever, ever been cool to do for me. And that is why I do leadership training and development. That's why I'm the leader's leader and the coach's coach because my whole thing is not being like you see on TV sometimes, like where people are like, oh, now that I've arrived and I'm part of the cool kids club, now I'm about to start being mean to other people who are in the shoes that I used to be in. It's just so ew. And y'all can relate. Everybody knows the perspective of which I'm speaking. But it's easy to do because once you level up out of the swamp, the muck, the mire, the struggle, the hardship, whatever that you were in, it's easy, like they say, to forget where you came from, especially with the help of propaganda. Propaganda will have you forget where you came from and have you caught up in a conversation and putting your 2 cent worth in on a conversation. And then either you look up and by the end of the conversation, you're like, oh, that's not what I meant. But other people have you saying something you didn't even mean. Or you speaking on a thing that you don't really fully understand because you're not in those shoes anymore. Um it's not as sensitive of a topic to you anymore. So you don't care. You're just speaking on it, right? It's easy to get caught up like that. That's what humans do. If not, we wouldn't even be in the situation that we're in right now. Like, think about the fact that the person that everybody, and I'm not talking to or about the people who are not. So if this ain't you, just keep scrolling. I'm not talking to you. But for the rest of us, all of y'all that are in agreement with what I'm saying, because if you're not, again, I'm not talking to you. This is a no drama, no conflict zone. Okay, it's a safe space for those who are like minded. So if you got drama, don't bring it over here. Okay. Um, but just imagine that all of us are rallying to make sure that we stay out of the grips of this particular person. We don't want them to be the president, right? But let's just think about the type of mindset that it takes to get on television every night. Not every night, y'all, but weekly or whatever. You got to film this stuff a lot. So film regularly, daily. And say you're fired and laugh about it and like, you know what I mean? To make light of people's career failure, like not doing well. And I hate to even say failure because it's a game, it's a setup for failure. You know what I mean? But like being the outsider, nerd, black sheep type of person, and then all of a sudden, because you get to go to the cool kids table or party or event, I always say this, it'll have you looking like Carrie. There's so many stories. They even did a TikTok show one time when they was doing them TikTok skits about a group of friends, and then one of them got successful and got brand new and didn't even forgot to tell everybody that the inspiration for the thing that made them successful came from one of the other people in the friend group. It's easy to do, y'all. Back in the day when we were young, like in the earlier 80s, 90s TV show period, they were more hokey, y'all. Stuff TV used to be movies, they used to be more hokey. I like stuff that's hokey. I like it to have a moral to the story. Um, it don't always have to be, I don't have to be in agreement, but you had a point or you was trying to teach a lesson or whatever. But back in the day, they used to show you how the person who was part of the, Revenge of the Nerds, and then got the opportunity to be part of the cool kids club or get elected to homecoming or do whatever the thing is, um, get out of the situation. How they started acting snotty towards their old friends, or even sometimes they didn't start acting snotty, but they just didn't have the courage or wherewithal to stand up to the handlers that was trying to drag them away from their friends and people that they knew and trusted, right? To be like, oh, we're going to give you a big music contract, but, even though we found you and we asked you to come here with this group of singers, we only want to give you the contract. You have to leave the rest of them behind. That type of stuff. It's age old, y'all. It's age old. Because it's janky. It's grifter behavior, right? Why can't y'all, why are you even there if you can't afford to give all of the whole group of people a contract, right? It has to do with isolation and control. Okay. So, anyway, let me get back on subject. Let me get back on topic. Yeah, come in the room, y'all. Even if you can't stay, no worries. Tap the screen up, share the live. And you guys, we're not going to probably do a lot of subscriber only lives on these platforms because it leaves people out. But I do have something extra if you are a subscriber. You can join the private groups. You can join the private portal where we do other things and have other events and specials and giveaways. And I have a magazine and stuff like that. Okay, you can get. I sent it out last year for the holidays. I'll send it out again this year for the subscribers. If you're not already on the mailing list and you didn't get yours, go over to the website and sign up and make sure that you are on the mailing list. It's like now. Oh, it's about to be November. Yeah, they got to go out like in November. So make sure you're on that list because it's really cool. It's evergreen. So if you didn't get it last year, make sure you get it this year. Okay. It's really cute if I do say so myself. And then there's also a whole Living Sugar Free Sweethearts portal that you can join so you don't miss anything. When I'm going to be going live like this, or when I'm going to be taking a break, you'll get the calendar. When we do behind the scenes events, sometimes I'll post stuff and it'll be a behind the scenes event. And people are like, oh, I missed that live. And it's like, okay, that's because it was a behind the scenes event. But we posted it, posted the clips publicly. So if you just click the linky links, you can get more involved in everything, and don't miss a thing. Okay. This wig is uncomfortable, so I'm about to take it off. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about these wigs too while I'm crafting. Because listen, this is why life is easy for me, okay? Because I don't care. I do not care. I don't care. Like, I don't care about you thinking anything about my gray hair. I don't. I love my gray hair, okay? I love my gray hair. Do y'all know how many people stop me on a daily basis to tell me how wonderful my gray hair is? When I go in public, I don't do that often. But on the internet, whatever. I love my gray hair, and I don't just love it because everybody else loves it. They would have never saw it if I didn't love it first. You know what I'm saying? But I used to dye my hair. And I didn't dye my hair because I hated my gray hair. I just started, listen, I was a blackish, brownish hair girly, not jet black, like just this off black that was always annoying to me. Why? I don't know why, but it just was annoying. It wasn't jet black and it wasn't orangey brown. It wasn't auburn. And I was like, what is this? Why do it look like a faded dye? It just always felt like that. But the sun would dye my hair. But what I didn't know is because of my roots, if I did a little bit more sun or a little sun in treatment or whatever, then I would have had that orangey red. But anyway, that was a lot. I didn't dye my hair much growing up. So that's why I was dyeing my hair, because I thought I always wanted the red, the auburn, whatever different cool stuff I could try, different stuff I just tried. And then my hair always turned the same color no matter what I dyed it. That's why I stopped doing it. I was like, this is ridiculous. But then I was in a movie, and it was a old time movie. If you have seen Best of Enemies, um, I loved being in that movie, and it is a super awesome movie with Taraji P. Henson and Sam. Why can't I never remember his last name? What is his last name? The megalomaniac guy off of Avengers, who's in Best of Enemies with Taraji P. Henson. He was the KKK guy. What's his name? Sam. Not Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott is the other guy, the other actor. I can't think of his name. But anyway, y'all can go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. It's the bomb. It is the bomb. And I'm not boosting my own self up. I wasn't really in the movie. I just was a background actor. But you can see me in it. But it's a good movie to watch for our times. It really is. I've been saying this for some years. It's a really good movie. It's gonna have you crying. And it's gonna have you having a different perspective on some people that you know, right? Because there are people that we know that be out here doing the work. There are people that we know that have debates with their family members and arguments with their family members behind the stuff that's going on. So I, as the leader's leader and coach's coach, am always the person that's trying to help bring empathy and compassion to the situation. Because to be honest with y'all, like if the person doesn't deserve it, then they're not gonna stay around long enough to get it. You see what I'm saying? Of course, I want you to be wise and vigilant and watchful, but if the person is like your loved one, I'm not defending myself or anybody I care about. I'm talking about your loved ones, and you're like it pains me to see people like struggling and sleeping in their cars when they have families that they could be depending on, but because of some conflict, you can't. And if what you're telling me is the conflict is over, you defending me, I don't want you doing that. I want you to go home and sleep on your family's couch. And now we're not talking about an unsafe environment for you. We're talking about you're not there because you had something to say to them about me, the likes of me. I don't want you sleeping on the street because of that. That's not, no, y'all. That's okay. Because also too, keep in mind your influence on them is what's going to change them. Okay. And it might take a long time. They might be on a hospice bed. I gotta find more creative ways to say things, y'all, because we get in trouble when we say certain words. Now, you guys, this is one of my favorite ones. Okay, this one is, first of all, the reason this is one of my favorite ones is because it's comfortable. It's big. My head is big. I got a big head, y'all. I got a little big head, okay? What's a little big head? I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean in a second, but hold on, let me put this one in the shop. Again, you guys, if you're watching on YouTube or wherever else I am, I don't even know all the places I am, you guys, because I don't know if it worked or not. But I'm supposed to be streaming like, see, look, okay, so the reason I pull it apart, because I want y'all to see like how droopy the curls can be if you want them to. I fluffed it up just like I did with the other one. If you want to see how much I worked out that wig that I just took off, you can watch the video that I did about it on my TikTok page, okay? I'm gonna talk to y'all about the difference in the textures. Just hold on a second, and I will get back to the crafting stuff in a second, okay? Oh yeah, I did put them in there. Oh, I didn't put the orange one in there though. Okay, I gotta put the orange one in there. Hold on. So let's talk about this orange yellow thing. Okay, so there's a couple of them I'm going to put in here for you to choose from. Okay, there's a color that's reddish, there's a color that's yellow. And then if you click into those, you guys, if you just look at the one, you're not going to see like the exact one I'm wearing. You're going to see similar different colors, but you got to click in. And y'all, sometimes when you click in, it's a totally different texture and style too. Okay. So keep this in mind. And keep this in mind in general when you shop on the internet. Okay. Listen, if you're not patient, okay. No, I don't want to do this. I want to take your survey right now. Leave me alone. Cut it out. I'm trying to do a live. They're trying to force me to. I'm not taking it. I promise you, I will give y'all zeros if you don't leave me alone. Oh my God. Cut it out.
Hello? Hey, Terry.
Don't forget I'm live.
Tuesday, Thursday.
I can't get this thing off my. Okay, there it is, you guys. And the submit button didn't work, so I didn't even give them any bad reviews. Okay, so I'm trying to make a point here with this hair. Y'all, look at this. Look how it stretches out. So I could take this whole afro look and make it even longer and more stretched out if I want to. Okay, but I do the same thing with this one that I did with the other one. Okay, watch this. Bobby pin. I do this, you guys, with my hair as well. Okay, and if you want to see what my actual afro looks like, okay, now look at this cute texture. Okay, see how it's wavy underneath. Okay, now I did condition and wash it. Okay, but listen, what you want to do is whatever kind of wig it is, and these are not lace front wigs, you guys. These are not scalp wigs. They just got lace in it. Okay, they just got lace in the top. They're not all of that extra new modern stuff, right? Okay, so all you got to do is take the little bang and put the little bobby pin in it right there. Okay, that's going to cover up whatever's going on around your edges. You see, and that's with any of them. Literally that simple. And do you not do that with your hair? I do that with my hair all the time. And when I do it with my hair, I'm not trying to cover up anything. I literally just wear my afro like that all the time because if I don't, it's too hot. It just my hair like will be all in my face, right? I have to do stuff to make mine kind of sit up like this. And this is why I like the synthetic ones, okay? Because this spirally curly texture here, it's easy. It's easy for just throw on and go and look cute, right? You trying to go to the store right quick, you trying to take the kids somewhere right quick, but you ain't trying to go outside with your bonnet on because people talk about you like a dog for doing that, right? And maybe you just don't like people seeing your hair or whatever your reason is, it's your business. Okay, this is a cute option. Whether you get it in black, whether you get it in something strawberry, whether you get it in blonde, or whether you get it in a color that's close to yours or something off, depending on what you're doing, right? If you're going to the company picnic, then you probably want to wear a hair color that's close to your hair color. If you go into the mall on the weekend or to the outlet store that's not even in the town that you live in, or whatever. Some people don't care, you guys. Some of us will wear a different hair color to work every day of the week and we don't care. Some people are not allowed to do that on their job. Okay. Cultures, it depends on what town you live in. Everybody's different. Okay. So we can't place uh, our expectations and what we would and wouldn't do on somebody else. We don't know them, right? Like some of us, the way we grew up, like my hair, you guys, literally looks like the wig that I'm about to put on when it's picked out. And, up until just recent 2000 years, if I was like around my family and we was doing like a family reunion and stuff, and I did my hair up and cute, the first response, oh, y'all can't see me. Y'all can't see the work. The first response would be, oh, you gonna do your hair? Hmm? Okay, that's the real of being a Gen Xer and really growing up in the natural hair, situation or adjusting or getting other people adjusted. Because I've been wearing my hair natural since the 90s. Okay. Period. When I was in college, I started doing the fade thing. Um, but I got my hair natural grown out in this phase of life more so because of a wanting to be healthy and budget friendly. Like they got a class action lawsuit now, but y'all, I knew that was coming because when I would get my hair relaxed, I could feel it in the back of my throat. That ain't right. Something ain't right with that. Why is something I'm putting on my head making me feel like I just ate like a bunch of cheese and dairy? I knew that was coming. But I have never had any of those kind of issues. I don't have any kind of um those kind of diagnosis that they're saying if you have this and that, call this number for this class action lawsuit. Because a lot of the stuff that they're talking about, I stopped doing. As soon as they told me what the risk was, I was like, yeah, I don't want that no more. Depo-Provera, I had that when I was in the military, and I was having migraines one time. I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Oh, BC. I don't even know if we allowed to say the BC word, but BC can cause blood clotting in the brain." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "We don't know what that is, but I just would advise you get off of it for now." And I did. I never went back on it. But I ended up needing glasses. So I was working on a computer a lot because I was a PR coordinator and writing press releases and all that kind of stuff. On the computer in the early days of the computer, y'all. Like we were still doing WordPerfect back then. Um, so yeah, a lot of that stuff I stopped doing many, many years ago. And relaxer is one of them. So, people have always been like, I've always been around the Afrocentric, all natural community of, oh, don't. But I ain't never been the one to be like, oh, because everybody else said it. Like I lived in the AUC, and when I was wearing my natural hair, I was wearing my natural hair. And when I wasn't, I wasn't. And I don't care what nobody else think about it. But also too, in my corporate life, when I started being a banker after I got out of the military, um, I had like a weave style that was in the style that I always loved to wear my hair because I had a lot of work to do. I had to get past these certifications and, be looking all corporate cute and all of that. And that's a lot for a melanated woman with natural hair. So I just had to sew in. And that's how I really grew out my natural hair, really, was during that time period. And then even since then, you guys, I have gotten a light texturizer. Oh, when I was in that movie, we had to have our hair straight and roller set, and we was in Georgia in the summertime. People were getting snapped on by the stylist for their hair not staying. So, but one thing about my hair is, and this is one thing about American Indian hair, period. It kind of like don't go all the way straight, but it don't go all the way curly, right? And so if you doing a healthy head of moisturized hair, y'all, and moisture is water, like my friend was saying on her live the other day, Crochet Cheek. I was listening to her or watching her the other day. She was saying this, and she's absolutely right. But the other thing is not using a towel and soaking up all that water, but then also putting whatever kind of natural oil on your hair while it's still wet. That like retains all that water in there, right? So that's A. B, I drink a whole lot of water, right? And I don't eat a whole bunch of garbage, right? And then C, I had color in my hair because my hair is salt and pepper. And the color acted as a texturizer to soften it. So my hair wasn't getting sweated out and frizzing up like you would think in Georgia, being outside in the hot sun, in the humidity. And then I was being obedient to what they said to do, and I was actually rolling my hair up at night. I would actually, as soon as we came off set, while I was standing around in the parking lot waiting for my ride or the shuttle or whatever, whichever the situation was at the time, I would be standing in the parking lot with my go bags, putting my rollers in my hair before I even got home good. Because after being out in the hot sun all day, um, the humidity that does get into your hair, if you put the rollers in there, it bakes in and it makes it even better, right? And if you're on set every day with natural straight hair and rollers in your hair, you are not finna be watching that all the time. You not, okay? Some of this stuff, y'all, sometimes stigma hinders us from being great, right? People get around, ugh, you're not gonna wash your hair tonight? Nope, I'm not. And maybe if you didn't either, yours wouldn't be so thin and peasy. Like I've had friends over the years that I had to explain that's not a white black thing, y'all. It's not. You just shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Washing your hair every day is similar to me to putting bleach in your dishwater. It's stigma. And it's stigma from old fashioned, um, can I say the word slave on here? It's like slave minded people, y'all. It's not even a black white thing, it's just a poverty thing. And they had certain groups of people doing stuff like this. Y'all, to this day, it's people putting bleach in their dishwater because, and I noticed because I seen a whole argument about it on Instagram, and the girl had like thousands of people coming at her talking about, ew, we not coming to eat at your house. And I was like, y'all are literally eating bleach. If you don't know that whatever you wash your dishes in, you are eating, I don't care if you got the most high powered, super duper, high, whatever rinser, you are eating the residue of that chemical, period. And then some of the people even put it in their like chicken and stuff. Like, y'all, I'm not playing. And when the president had said for people to drink bleach, everybody lost their mind. But when he said that, I was like, why y'all trying to act like a whole lot of y'all not already doing that? There's a whole lot of people out here already on a regular basis eating bleach because they put it on their dishes. Okay. Now, if you don't believe me, I want y'all to go and Google 30-year lung study. Go Google it and find out. And just look up the skin organ and find out how a lot of people talk about having water filters, not drinking what you call it, fluorinated water and all that kind of stuff, but then they go and they shower in it. So if you're going to do a filter, it's best to do a filter on your shower and your sink, right? Because your skin, like what you absorb into your skin, that means what you put your hands in, you might as well be drinking. So if you're not wearing gloves when you clean up, you might as well be drinking the chemicals. Okay? That go for dishwashing liquid too, y'all. Okay? You don't know how stuff rinses away clean or doesn't. And if you don't believe me, go get you some of them lights and start testing. Okay? There's nothing on you or around you or having to do with you that's so nasty that you can't use a dish and wash it with some safe soap and use it again without it being like you don't need bleach to clean an item just because you ate off of it. The food don't leave that serious of a chemical, not unless you left it sit. I mean, if you need bleach to clean your dishes, then you must be letting them pile up for like 3 weeks at a time, and the dishes are so nasty that you needed bleach to get the mold off of them. But if you just like washing dishes every day, like why do you need bleach on them? That's so disgusting, y'all. And I have to say this because I'm tired of seeing conversations where the people who are saying like who puts bleach in their dishwater, then like thousands of people are coming to bully the person. Bully me. I'm a scientist. Let's talk about it. Because I don't think any of these people know the science behind what they're saying. It's left over like and all of them, you can see the comments, all of them are like, my granny taught me that. My granny taught me that. Listen, I believe in respecting the elders and I believe in respecting the wisdom of the elders, y'all. But when it comes to certain things, times change and we learn not only the science of the thing, but we learned that it was some propaganda that had our ancestors doing it. So if you know you hate America so much, and you know it's all system and propaganda, and you always hooping and hollering about it, but then yet you go take their bleach and put it in your dishwater. And y'all, I talk about white powder and when I say white powder, I mean sugar and all the other ones you want to imagine. Okay. Sugar and flour. Okay. And all the other ones you want to imagine. Some people like to stigmatize the other ones, but then they act like sugar and flour is so okay. Okay. If you haven't seen They Clone Tyrone yet, then you might not get the reference that I'm making right now, but that's what I mean when I say white powder. That's like to me, it was some juice or some chicken in that movie, I think was the thing. But for me, I call it white powder because I watch it. I see it. I see how people react and are confused about certain things, but then they play agent and play bully um against other people, right? They stigmatize other people for doing things, but then the thing that they're doing is like some old fashioned thing that's like so detrimental to their health. And I'm like, how are you doing this? But you talking about these other people like a dog for the thing that they don't know that they're doing. Yeah. But you can't find out about the stuff that you probably shouldn't be doing for your best interest if you spend all your time talking about other people and judging what other people are doing. You don't have time. It's not enough hours in a day, y'all. I'm 53 years old and it's taken me a long time to find out all the stuff that I know. And I'm a scholar. I've always been a good student. I went to good schools. I'm a PhD student. I mean, my parents were smart. There's no reason. I knew my great grandmother. I've been around a minute, and my family has lived in the same state since before Jamestown, before all of them, before Columbus, all that. Okay, I got the records to prove it. So for me to have taken all these years, oh, and I went to a HBCU where it was all about all of the Hotep, Shrine of the Black Madonna, Sons and Daughters of Imhotep, uh, Nation of Islam, Five Percenters, Black Hebrews, all of it. That's what I went to school with. Okay. And if it has taken me all this time to get to the real of the truth, y'all have no idea how much you don't know what the hell you talking about when you are out here arguing with people. It's a few people that I know personally that have the story kind of like have a good grasp on the story to the point where they can keep up with it and be arguing with people. But most people don't have a good grasp on the story like that. Even people that I know that are older than me that are in positions of, how do I want to say this? Who got memberships to things that I would think that they would notice stuff, they're kind of clueless. And I'm like, how are you a member of this organization? You've been a member of this organization my whole entire life, and you don't know this thing right here. How is this possible? Because those are the gatekeepers. Yeah, those are the people that stand in the way, right, of everybody else knowing. So they give them just enough information so that they can function. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, I just want everybody to calm down. Like, really, I do. Because the whole conspiracy theory thing has you accusing people of stuff that don't deserve to be accused. They got like the people, they got people out here accusing the marginalized, persecuted people of being part of the conspiracy. I'm not saying they're not. Don't get it twisted. Don't get confused on what I'm saying right now. A marginalized person can be part of a conspiracy. Y'all see, we see one folding out right before our very eyes. Whole conspiracy, Rico. Y'all, first of all, conspiracy is just a group of people in a basement planning a band. It can be that simple. Okay. I'm saying some of these big conspiracies that are going on in the world, that have been going on in the world, that are part of our society, even the people that you deem as powerful, they don't have nothing to do with it. They know about as much as you know about it. People have a skewed perspective on how much people know. And so, like, sometimes you be out here holding people accountable for stuff when you got the wrong person. You barking up the wrong tree. Just like there's a really great video circulating on TikTok right now that talks about, it got the song in the background. And the song has been out for some years. I shared it years ago, where the guy's talking about the legislative and the executive branch and the different branches of government and what they do. I don't know. Some people skipped social studies class or didn't pay attention, I guess. I don't know. Okay. But some people really don't understand what our different branches of government are. And so they blame the president for stuff. And it was said so well recently that if you don't show up to vote for all the elections, then you setting the president up for failure. You're gonna be mad at them in a few years too. And this is for the political people. Some of y'all don't do politics because you just don't believe that it's whatever. I get it. I've been part of that school of thought probably longer than you've been allowed to vote. But I'm also part of the school of thought of what if we're wrong and we not about the whole thing. I'm just saying about listen, there's parts of it, okay? And I've been parts of many conspiracy reveals, right? What that mean when people get found out and get in trouble and get dragged. I've been on the back end of so many of these things where when it was happening, I was looking at it side eye like, oh, they ain't gonna get away with that. Okay. Then when it falls out, I'm like, see, I told y'all. Um, but what people think or who people think the culprits are and who people think have the authority to change things is not usually the case. Yeah. So it's best to do your research, decide what you want to do, and help people if they have questions. But arguing with people that aren't part of your circus is kind of futile because you don't know how much they know and they don't know how much you know, right? And it's always like I don't have enough information to assess that situation. That's why I don't do judgment. I don't care what it is. When y'all sometimes ask me questions and I'm like, I need more on that. I need more to that story because otherwise people will have you hemmed up putting your 2 cent worth in on something and you don't even have a whole story on the thing. So be careful. That's my point. Okay, so you guys, this started off as a skirt, but now it's a dress. And the reason it turned into a dress instead of a skirt is because when I went to go pull it up, I couldn't hardly pull it up. I almost busted the stitches attaching the crochet to the knitting when I tried to pull it up over my hips, and I couldn't. But I can pull it over my head. Okay. So then it was going to still be a skirt because it fits perfectly down on my waist. But then I was like, what if I just make it longer and bring it up here, right? And then put some like little bustier type laces in there. So that's what we're doing now. Okay. Now it's still going to fit under that really cool tank top goddess wrap thing that I made before. You can see it on my TikTok page. It's still going to fit under there nicely. I already put it on the mannequin. So that's what we're doing here. Y'all, my time is up. I can't believe time has flown. I'm gonna snatch this wig off and put one more on before I get out of here as I wrap up and tell y'all what I'm gonna be doing. TikTok, I think I put the I put all of the links in there. If I forgot anything, y'all could just come ask. Oh, this has a cool thing in the back. These are not available, so I can't even put this in there for y'all. So don't ask. The brand that I don't mind telling y'all is Lab Hair. Lab Hairs, you guys. Um, they come. They're not cheap, y'all, but they are sold out. So clearly, everybody thinks they're worth it. And I have like the back of my hair like braided down or whatever with like little braids on the back of my neck so that back hair doesn't break off. And so the little opening in the back fits perfectly around that. But I also use this when I'm wearing a hat, right? Or if how people wear a scarf and then they put a hat on, I do it that way too. Okay. Now, you guys, this is the one that is my absolute favorite. Oh, Fifi, you poor baby. Ouch. This was stuck on my dog, you guys. I know that hurt the baby. Sometimes she be yelping and crying because she got something stuck in her fur when she go outside. But y'all, I can't just treat the dog like she's a stuffed animal and not let her ever go anywhere and get dirty or anything like that because that wouldn't be fair. Can't treat your animals or your pets your animals or your children like that. Okay, same thing with this one, you guys. Look, the shape is super long. Now, this one, you guys, looks like my hair. Okay. Actually, really, color and everything. I lost my bobby pin. Okay, so, well, you get the point. I straightened out the bangs like so here, just like I did with the other one. And this is the one that I'll be rocking mostly because it looks like my hair, you guys. This literally looks like my hair. Now, sometimes, depending on what I've done, my white might be a little bit more goldy, yellow, silver, and not quite as white. But you guys, like, that's why we have that purple shampoo. You put that in your hair. But when you're doing protective styles, who cares? Who cares, right? I love this one. This one's my absolute favorite. Why? Because it's me and it looked like my hair. So, y'all, there's your wigs. There's your little wig tutorial. And there's me slamming all my wigs on and taking them off and showing y'all the difference and how I rock them. You see how this little wavy is? That's how our hair is at the roots. So all you got to do is put your little bobby pin in there. Wait, let me see if I can find my bobby pin so I can show it to y'all one more time. Okay. This is how you frame your face out. Did I lose the bobby pin? I think I did, guys. I can't show y'all. I don't have another one. Anyway, this is how you frame your face out. And if whatever the wig is too long, you do it just like you would do your hair. Cut the bangs and all of that kind of stuff. But if you find the one that is closest similar to your hair, just like the food and everything else we do, get the one that is most like what you naturally are, then you will always have that one to just throw on and go. Period. That's the bad hair day wig. It's the one that's most like your hair. Okay. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me on this hump day shift. Did I talk about everything? No, I'm going to get back to the slang. That's going to be a blog. So we'll talk about this later. For those of y'all on YouTube, thanks for doing this the first time with me. If you guys like and subscribe and do all of that, then I'll know that you enjoy it. I'll do more and I'll come back more often. But I'm just kind of getting back to the consistency of this. I have a lot more stuff that I'm writing and back office space and private portals and all that I've been working on. So the lives are a little bit harder to do, but I will be back again soon. You've been listening to the Hump Day Shift with the Living Sugar-Free Lifestyle Show. And I'm your host, Andrea Raquel, the social entrepreneur and sugar-free coach. We'll talk soon.